Welcome back. I have been working on a couple things here, mostly just crafting a few things, but we're about to start off with getting ourselves the, we need this, solar neutron activator. Now we need this because with it, we can finally make ourselves a storage solution. I mean, I've got chests laying around. I got a chest there. You know, the tower's full of chests. There's chests over there. It's just, it's getting out of hand. With this, we can finally start working towards making what we need. I've got everything except this HDPE sheet. Now, HDPE stands for high density polymer ethylene, something like that. And it's also the reason that I've been hoarding all of the byproduct from this, all this substrate. So we just take a stack of this and head on upstairs. You'll see I set up a little thing here, just 2 machines, but we've got a rotary condensator, which is what we have over here, making us steam or water vapor. But instead of water vapor, we hooked it up down to our ethylene line, and it's actually creating us liquid ethylene. That is being combined with oxygen from down there as well in our pressurized reaction chamber. You can see they're both filled up. And we put our substrate in here, and we get our pellets, HDPE pellets. Now with these pellets, we can craft them together in a crafting table. I also turned this off thanks to one of the commenters. We noticed that this stores a ton of energy, and we don't really want to overfill it because then it won't have anywhere to go. So anyways, this is storing a lot, and that's going to keep us running for a while. So this is turned off for now. But anyways, we can take our pellets and put them on the crafting grid like so, kind of like you're crafting a chest, and we get the HDPE sheets. So we'll make as many as we can. We get 2 sheets. And with our 2 sheets, that gives us everything we need for our solar neutron activator. Now, with the solar neutron activator, we are actually going to expand out onto our patio here. This needs to be in the sun. I guess I'll just put it right there. The whole reason we needed this is because we are going to put our nuclear waste in there. So if we look at our QIO drive array, it's nothing too crazy. You know, some things we've seen before, ultimate control units, teleportation, personal chest, just some glass. But this was the sticker, Polonium Pellets. Now to make polonium, we needed to get this solar neutron activator. And this is going to take our nuclear waste and turn it into polonium. Once we have that, we can make another pressurized reaction chamber and combine it with water and fluorite, and that'll give us our polonium. So let's make ourselves another pressurized reaction chamber, just so we can set up this whole line here. And then we'll come up, connect everything. Now, just as it's getting dark here, we can set down our pressurized reaction chamber. And this is going to need water, which we happen to have a water source right there. Okay, I got our line put in place here. All that's left is to connect this pipe to this pipe. And we've got about 48,000 millibuckets in there. It's not going to work until daytime, but I do want to finish this up before we officially introduce the nuclear stuff. And there's our water. Now, with this, we've got water, polonium, and we need to put in fluorite dust. And we'll need to make a waste barrel. And a waste barrel along with our pressurized tubes. That's the setup. let's grab some fluorite. Okay. So, if we put our fluorite... Oh, wait, is it fluorite dust? Oh, it is fluorite dust. Okay, we need to crush this. One moment. Okay, so we've got our fluorite dust here. Let's see what happens once we stick it in. And there it is, polonium pellets. And this is going into here, spent nuclear waste. Perfect. It's pretty exciting. We're gonna get storage. I love how it looks with the shaders, especially right now. Look at that. Ooh, that did use a lot of polonium though. But we got 5. Now that we have 5, I think we'll be able to craft all this. Let's see, we need 2 ultimate control units. We can do that. All right, we've got everything we need here. Our teleportation core, personal chest, bits and bobs, and whatever else. So, there it is, the drive array. Ooh. Oh yeah. That is gonna be so cool. Okay, so now we don't only need this. We are also going to need a drive. So we need some lead and 4 ultimate control units. So let's see if we can do that here. I have advanced control units, elite control units. We're gonna need some more of those. Make a handful of those. Need more of these. Oh, this gets expensive. Okay, well, let's try and get ourselves to the hyper dense version at least. So I'm gonna do some crafting, some running around, making sure machines are going, keeping up with the polonium output and everything. But once we're ready to craft, I will bring you back in. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, I'm back. So I ran the reactor for a little bit longer here to try and get some more polonium with our setup. And I managed to get 1 more polonium pellet. So we've got 2. That being said, we do have enough for at least 1 QIO drive. I think these can hold more than just 1, so I might try and make another. I think I was a little ambitious when I said that I wanted to get to the hyperdense one. We're gonna be able to make 2 QIO drives. Yeah, we only have 2 polonium pellets. So, and I could, just keep running this, but the only problem is that this is getting pretty full on energy. And we are not, keeping up with that much energy. So I'm just gonna have to run it off and on to get polonium. But we should be able to get at least 2 of the regular drives. Other things that we're gonna want to craft are this dashboard. Oh gosh, more polonium. And we also want, holy cow, portable dashboard. So we need a ton of polonium. I'm wondering if there's a way we can use up the energy faster. And I have an idea. I don't know if it's gonna work, but it's an idea. Okay, there's our ultimate control units. We have 2 poloniums. So let's make ourselves 1 QIO drive and a second QIO drive. So essentially we put this down and we can put our drives in, and that's where we'll store things. I'm not going to put it in the hallway though. As for my idea to use up some energy, I'm going to need a couple things. Give me 1 moment here. Okay, so here's my idea. I went and crafted 2 ultimate energy cubes. This is the highest level of energy storage you can get. Now, if we were to say, well, actually, let's go upstairs and see. So right now, this is holding 1.02 gajillion or giga or whatever. It's holding a lot. 1.02 is the important thing. And if we were to, I don't know, connect one of these up, that would bring us down to, hey, nice. Okay. And if we go ahead and connect the other one, all the way down to 821. So that gives us some room to turn the reactor back on, get more nuclear waste, and in turn, get more polonium. Now, these are full, so once this fills up with energy again, I don't really know what to do with this. So who knows? Maybe we'll just have a giant collection of ultimate... Is that what they're called? Yeah, ultimate energy cubes, just full of energy. But for right now, what I have been doing... So I have to keep moving my digital miner around to keep getting iron, because it farms up all the iron that it can reach. So it's kind of just out here in the forest on its own. But if we connect that up, and that will slowly use it up, and we'll just get a ton of iron in the process. So I guess I'll leave that for now, and we can go back to running our thing. Yeah, I've noticed that this like shows that it's full, like visually, but if you look right at the top, it says it's empty, and also nothing's going into the machine. So when we turn this off, we have to like change the pipes that are going in to pull from the barrels, and then it'll actually go in. But you can see this one's got 3,000, that one's got 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. So we'll let that fill up for a bit. Hopefully we can get some more polonium pellets out of this. We have plenty of fluorite dust for it. So that's the plan right now. I will join back with you once I figure out what's going on next. Okay, so for right now, I think we are going to at least set up the drive array. So I'm upstairs, and this wall is as good as any. So right in the center there, QIO drive array. Now, we can take our drives. I think we just insert them like that. Oh, yep, and you can see they like slot in right there. We actually can't put anything in until we get the dashboard. So we're not too far off from actually being able to utilize our storage here. I did let the reactor charge up a bit, used up the uranium or the waste, whatever. And we went through one of our ultimate energy cubes, which I just filled back up. So right now we're sitting at 985. It's slowly going down. I also tried getting as many speed upgrades as I can on all the machines, because I think that makes it use even more energy, just to try and like use it up. So I'm going to keep working on getting ourselves enough nuclear waste so we can make more polonium. We only need 3 more, and then we'll jump back in. Okay, so we have 5 of these pellets, and the reactor is still running, which makes me slightly nervous, but I keep checking it and everything looks fine. So I'm gonna just crap this up in here where it's not super loud, and then our dashboard. Now we will need to make another dashboard once we get enough polonium pellets to make this. So I'll need 2, 4, 6, 7, plus 7, 8, 9, 10. So we'll need 10 polonium pellets to be able to access our storage on the go. But I think as long as we just keep that running. Dashboard, I don't think it needs to necessarily be next to it. So if we just put this right there, I guess. Okay, we're gonna set the frequency to storage. So that's our storage frequency. We'll do this as well. Frequency, storage. Boom. Okay. Now, you would think we could just do something like this. Oh, there it goes. Oh boy. And it all just goes in. Oh my gosh. I've been waiting so long for this. Oh my gosh, that's so much better. And if we can just search up what we want. So if we want diamonds, there we go. Or if we want dirt. This is gonna be so good. So I'm just gonna move over as much as I can here. Okay. we were able to clear out this much space. And we did hit our, type limit, but still tons of actual, item limit that we have. So, that's super sick. And what's going to be even better is once we have, more polonium to work with, this isn't the only one we can make. Because we can set it to, frequencies. So we can have one in here. We can have one in our trading hall. We can have one in here. We could just have, our storage easily accessible in every part of our base. And we'll be able to make the portable one. So even if we're out, exploring, we won't even have to worry about, not having enough room for loot. We can just stick it in our storage, even if we're, super far away. That's going to be awesome. Speaking of which, let's check on our polonium and reactor. I left it alone for a little while, so... Oh yeah, you're full, so we'll turn that off. Now, if we go through here and say, I don't know, set this to the maximum. Boop. Immediately uses all the energy. Okay. That's fine. You don't need all that. So that should have burned through a decent amount of our energy reserves, which it sure did. So we can just slap that right back on. Keep the party going. And since this got to fill up overnight, we've got 3 more polonium. So we let our reactor run for a while, and we ended up with 12 polonium from our setup here. And with that, I was able to craft our portable QIO dashboard, because that took all of this polonium plus one of these, which was 3 more. So that was 10 altogether. And then the remaining 2 I used to create 2 more drives for us. We just hop on up here, click into our storage, and 2 more drives. Now we're only half full, and we should be able to fit all of our other stuff in. And there we have it. All of our storage has been taken care of. Toss the chests in there. That's it. Accidentally punched a few holes in the wall, but it's all just right there. Well, technically it's up here, but we still have more leeway to work with. We need to take a look at this thing. Portable dashboard. I own this item now. So if I just right click this, set it to storage, and boom. We just carry around our entire storage system in our hand. Boop. Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh. Incredible. Oh, it feels so good to just have that taken care of. And as we get more polonium, we can upgrade, our drives here. But for now, we have tons of open slots still for even just the basic ones. In the future, we can upgrade to hyperdense, time dilating, etc. But that is an awesome... Come on, get out the window. There you go. That is an awesome progression point. This is just so cool. It's just like a little phone or tablet or something. And whoop, there's our storage. Oh my gosh. Whew. And it's not technically everything just yet. But you'll see that these chests are gone. The chests that were over there are gone. We need to clear out this one next. And there we go. Oh my gosh. And that chest is gone. And if we come up here to our digital miner, we could just take all of that and put it all away. Just like that. Oh my gosh. This is so nice. Ooh, oh hey. Friend. Or an intruder, perhaps. What do you got for me? Don't really want any of that. Okay. And I said earlier I was going to work on the villagers. but then I didn't because I was scared that that was going to blow up. So I put down like 2, see what we got for emeralds. Before we get too carried away with villagers, I need to solidify our emerald output, which means all of these guys are going to be Fletchers, and they're going to love sticks. And for us to produce enough sticks for them, it's time for us to get into another mod. And I made a video about this, so you might know which one we're getting into. But we need to build up a little tree farm, probably just right outside their town here. So I'm gonna store these away. Thank you. And we got to get started building up a tree farm. And we are going to be doing that with Create. Yep, we're getting into Create mod. And we're not going to get too crazy into it. Literally just going to build a tree farm, and that's going to be that. Our next like big mod that I want to like explore into, so we did a ton with Mekanism. It's just been Mekanism from the very beginning so far. So we're going to dabble in a little creative over here just to get a tree farm going for us. And then I am really interested in trying out Ars Nouveau. I haven't ever really played with it, or if I have, it's just been like the very surface level stuff. But that is the plan after we kind of tidy up a few things, tie up a few loose ends, and then we'll get working on our next expansion. So anyways, we have the reactor, we have storage, we've got villagers, we need a tree farm. Okay, I got a few create things on hand, and I got a little platform jutting out here. It looks terrible at the moment, but just trust the process. We just needed somewhere to put the trees. This will get filled in. But if you're not looking from over there, this seems like a prime spot to put a tree farm. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to get rid of that torch, and we'll just put the barrel right there, I guess. And then we will we'll extend it out a few blocks here. With that, we put on our mechanical saws, and then we need a thing jutting out like this, a deployer. Gosh, I need a wrench. And there we go. One wrench. You face that way. After that, we do our mechanical bearing, like so, and a windmill bearing on top. Do one of those. We'll grab our sails here, something like that. And then we just build them up, and boom, boom, boom. We got 4 left over, so we can make each one of these 1 taller. Okay, now we take our super glue. We're all glued together. You are glued together. You get glued all the way across. Glue. Everybody gets glue. Should be all we need to do. So if we just grab some sort of saplings. So theoretically, we were so close. There we go. Okay. Tree farm is up and running. And this won't get too close to the building. Nope. Perfect. Oh gosh, one of them's a zombie. How did this happen? No, my Fletchers. You guys, this wasn't supposed to happen. That's unfortunate. So something tells me we should put doors on here. Oh, and speaking of doors, we found these super cool dungeon doors. So what if I move those? Dungeon door. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's sweet. And then if we get planks, that'll just fill in right above the door. There we go. I was wondering what I was going to do with those, but that's perfect. And then check this out. Boom. They're so intimidating. Okay, so we won't be letting zombies in here anymore. That iron golem didn't really do his job. So we'll need new Fletchers, but other than that, we've got our stick supply of unlimited sticks to trade with them, and then we can use the emeralds to trade with everyone else. So, I'll call that a win. And this is probably where I'm calling the episode for today. We did a lot. We got our upgrades for storage. We made sure our reactor was going to be fine to keep running. We've got our polonium set up here. How's it doing anyways? We have 6 more. Awesome. I'll show you a couple other things I did. I had the substrate down there feed up into the bottom of this machine. So it'll always have a substrate. We're out of ethylene. I'll look at that in a second. But then after that, the substrate comes out and the HDPE pellets go in there. So got that set up. I've been checking in on this every so often and just grabbing everything in there and putting it in storage. Yes, I am going to leave things here, but thank you so much for watching. I know this wasn't quite as intense episode as the previous one, but I fit like 2 episodes worth of stuff into one for that one. So a little bit lighter this time around, but that's okay. We got tons done and I'm super pleased with it. So thank you again for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like the video. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.